Welcome back to Final Fantasy. Last time, we kicked it with the dragons, talked to Bahamut. So we're off to find some item for them to prove ourselves to them. But we also went to the... what was it called? Hold on. The Waterfall Cavern. A lot of caverns. Got Cavern of Ice, Cavern of Earth, Waterfall Cavern. A lot of caverns. I did do some more. I did do a little bit more research, and I mean just a little bit more research. I actually went back to my. I went to my old channel. I watched one of the last episodes, and I got to a point where I just got done with the battle, and I went to go into my item inventory to use some potions. And all that was in my inventory were potions, antidotes, gold needles, tents, sleeping bags, cottages. Just those 6 things. So that was enough to tell me right there. No, I do not believe. It does not seem that eye drops were in the original Final Fantasy 1. Custom. Anyway, I don't think was that, let me see, is that the only new item? Like, status effect healing item? Oh, Echo Grass 2. So I assume you could get silence too in the original game. But how are you to deal with it? So now I'm gonna look that up. Final Fantasy 1. How to heal silence. To heal silence in Final Fantasy, you can use the Echo Herb, the Vox spell. I don't think these echo screens existed in the NES Final Fantasy 1. It's a level 4 spell. What would the level 4 shop? What would be the level 4 shop? I think it's maybe Elfheim. I think so. Pretty confident. I don't know if it's the level 3 and level 4, or level 4 and level 5 here in Elfheim. Probably 3 and 4. This is level 3. So it has to be level 3 and 4 then. Because I did remember that Elfheim is privileged to have 2 white mage shops and 2 black mage shops. Vox. And it's still called Vox to this day. But yeah, I think that's the only way you could... So, like, what if you didn't even have a white mage or a red mage in the party? You just cannot heal being silenced, or you cannot heal being silenced or blinded in the original game. Now I'm just going to straight up look up Final you know, I'm just straight up looking up Final Fantasy 1. There were no eye drops in the original game. Been a recurring item ever since Final Fantasy 2. There were no echo screens. I don't know, it's probably just really silly I'm putting this much effort into just looking all this up, but you know, I just kind of want to learn. It's been 4 years since I played Final Fantasy 1. I played the PlayStation 1 version. It was a pretty fucking faithful remake of the NES version, all things considered. It was a faithful remake of the NES version. For better or for worse. I mean, I do like, I don't know, like a part of me just kind of wishes they would have just, like they wouldn't have put in items in this game that didn't exist in it. Like I like having the ability to turn off encounters. You know, I like the ability to, I mean, I like having a mini-map. I mean, those are just quality of life features that I like having. And if you don't want them, you don't have to use them. But in the same exact thing can be said for these extra items. And, you know, up until recently, I just thought that the original Final Fantasy did have 2 forms of healing items. I just couldn't remember because it's been 4 years ago. I've only played this game once. But you know, in the back of my mind, I was unsure, but I was just going with it. And now, real recently, I have realized officially, no, just only potions existed in Final Fantasy 1, and I don't know. Like I was, you know, because I knew right off the bat, right when I saw Ethers and Phoenix Downs, right at the start of the game, basically, like I knew those weren't a part of the original Final Fantasy. I knew that, I remembered that, and I was like, man, I don't like that they put them in here. But you know, then I had that epiphany moment early on in the game, in a dungeon, where I was like, well, you know what? It's just another quality of life feature. Like why do I want to run out of the dungeon all the way back to a town to heal my magic, bring a party member back to life, when I can just have these on hand and use them. But I still have yet to use one because I really haven't needed to use one. Largely because the game, you know, they've just made this game easier than the past versions. But you know, I think I said earlier in the game, like, okay, well, this is stuff, you know, Ethers, Phoenix Downs, this is stuff that I may use outside of battles for convenience, but in battles, maybe I won't use them. And I've yet to use them, period, and I kind of want to keep it that way, but if Broken My Roof, you know, if I'm going to do that for those items because they weren't in the original Final Fantasy 1, I should have done that for high potions too. But I don't think I've used a high potion in a battle. Actually, I don't think I have. I don't know if I've used a healing item in battle yet. I think I've just used cures. I think that's all I've needed to use. And remedies, on the other hand, I do remember using one, because I didn't remember with remedies either. I didn't remember with remedies either if they were in the original game or not. And I don't know. I just don't think I really questioned it too much. I did use one remedy in a battle. But from here on out, I think that's what I'm gonna do. The only items I want to try and use in battles are items that were in the original Final Fantasy 1. But outside of battles, not making any promises, especially for high potions. Like, I might just have to gobble them up going through dungeons, because what's the point of just turning encounters off, leaving the dungeon to heal, get magic back, and then, just travel back to the spot I was in. It's just convenience of life to have high potions. And really that applies to all the other items too, but I'm gonna still try not to use Phoenix Downs and Ethers if I can help it. We'll just see. We'll just feel it all out. It's not a big deal. It's whatever. I'm just fucking crazy for yapping this much about it. Let's proceed in the game. 12 minutes have already passed. I've done nothing in 12 minutes but run my mouth. It's fucking crazy. I don't even know what to do next. I want to do this fucking challenge for the dragons in Bahamut, but I don't even know what to do, because I think where I have to go for it is, like, what's it called? The Citadel? The Citadel of Trials? I can't even find it now. Yeah, I'm thinking it's this place. I can't land here. That's a river, isn't it? Oh, wait a minute. My brain just... Hold on, my brain just had a big moment. Boom. I see. And that's how I get there. Okay, well, yeah, my brain just had a big moment. I just finally noticed, oh, wait a minute. Around here, I go around town. Oh, that's not part of the ocean. That's a river. I should be able to use my canoe. There you go. Merry Christmas. But first, just out of pure curiosity, I want to see if that new item I just got in the Waterfall Cavern, Warp Cube, I want to see if that is used to get in here. I guess not. Thank God I had that eureka moment, honestly. as we go on in the series, like Final Fantasy II is the next game. I think Final Fantasy II does introduce a lot of these items for the first time. Like ethers. I know for a fact Final Fantasy II had ethers. It probably had Phoenix Downs. I'm not sure. I'm interested in learning like what all items were in the original Final Fantasy II, and I'm sure, you know, since the PS1 version of Final Fantasy 1 was a pretty 95% faithful remake. The only thing different in the PS1 version, I think you could run in the PS1 version in dungeons. I don't think you could run at all in the original NES. And like the final boss fight of Final Fantasy 1 had a new track for the PlayStation 1 version, and the graphics looked better. Obviously, the music was redone and sounded better. Honestly, like as much as I like Matoya's theme and the Mount Gulick theme, like what really made me like them was when I first heard them in the PlayStation 1 version of the game. And those were my first times hearing those tracks. Man, don't these things just look like these things look like they want me to put them out their misery. They look like fucking giant alive testicles. That's the first attack anything's gotten on me around here. Citadel trials, here we go. You come bearing the crown, I see. Your fortitude cannot be questioned, indeed not. Very well, I shall grant you the right to undergo the trials. Go now, sit upon the throne. Your courage will be put to the test. If true courage dwells within you, you will find proof of it here. Just every time I see those wizards, every time I see that sprite, I'm just urged to give them a goofy, silly, crazy voice. Yeah. Ooh. And they keep attacking Solver. It's a good thing he just got his attack off. Have I been? Shit. I think I was. I just don't think these level 1 spells are gonna cut it at all. At all anymore, period. Yeah, see? Yep. Damn. Damn. Flo got 26 HP. One strength and one agility. He got his ass burnt and he was like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. 29 HP possess. 1 agility. Huh. I think that might have took me back to the start. Sure looks like it. I really don't think they'll be weak to anything. Any spells. Shit. Medusas. Four HP for Saber, 1 agility. Daewoo, 27 HP, 1 strength, 1 luck. Well, shit. Fuck you too. Start leaving encounters on because that's just the name of the game. You got this puzzle we gotta figure out. It's gonna send us backwards sometimes. Yeah. Man, I think I'm just getting fucked. This is the only one I haven't been in. Down this route. And a preemptive strike. Haha. I doubt you can use it, but hopefully you can. Yeah. A stat that casts heal when used. So like instead of hitting someone, it heals them. I mean, let's just try and test it out real quick. I can't target us. Maybe it heals the caster? We'll find out. Man, you can't target yourselves in this game? I didn't realize that. I didn't see any healing take place. Yeah, I'm not getting it. Staff that casts heal when used. No. Alright, let me try one more time. Let's just pay attention to the party's health points. Steel gloves. That's what I'm using right now. I don't see any health points going up. Yeah, I don't understand. Don't see any health points going up. Gauntlets. These supposedly cast Thundara when used. Hold up. Oh, there it is, the rat's tail. This dungeon wasn't so bad. What the fuck do you want? Stab that cast can. Okay, does this use it up when I use it though? I mean, the healing staff is just weaker than what Flo has right now, so if we're gonna test it with anything, let's test it with this. Hopefully not. This was something that it shouldn't. It shouldn't use it up. It's not like it's going to use the item and the item disappears. Yeah, cool. Can anybody do that? Could anybody use it? Was this something? Did this work like this in the original Final Fantasy as well? Like this? Did the healing staff exist and work like this in the original Final Fantasy? I'm just wondering. Why even put a monster there? I see. Oh. I remember when I played Final Fantasy 3, I was doing that all the time for most of the game. I was, you know, just to save magic points, I was always using items like that. Because they would give you items that early on, weapons that if you just use them, you could cast the spells like the fire spell, the blizzard spell, the thunder spell, and just to save magic points, I would always use them. Hopefully I got all the treasure, but if not, oh well. I did though. I did get all the treasure. Oh, what would have been cool if they put something in here. I mean, I would something I should test. I would imagine intellect stats are still gonna apply when using something like the gauntlets, but Flo's stats should be pretty high. And now she can use this black magic spell through the gauntlets. Like, I don't know, something tells me this shit did not exist in the original NES game. Items like this that you could just use to use spells. Maybe they did, but I'm wary. Like, this stuff right here seems like something that would not exist in the original NES game for Final Fantasy 1. We're not gonna see Thundara be used by Flo. Damn, I thought I turned that off. I thought I turned that notification off. And this is OP now. I mean, like I can basically use this for no cost. I did not remember ever having that in Final Fantasy 1 when I played this on PlayStation. Because Cause I think I would have fucking maybe I did have it but didn't realize what that meant and what I could do with it. That's very possible too. I'm gonna have to look into it. I'm gonna have to look and see if these items existed. They very well might have. I'm gonna bet they did. I just have a feeling they wouldn't have added stuff like that to this. The only exception they made was adding in more items just for the quality of life. The items such as, you know, like more potions, like high potions, X potions, and the ethers and the Phoenix Downs and the echo screens and eye drops. Yeah, see, Daewoo would have done more damage. Now let's test it actually. Let's see how much damage you do with Thundara. $131 to Flo's 81. Long has it been since men of courage stood before me. Your bravery seems worthy of consideration. The rat's tail you carry is a fitting token of courage and strength. So be it. I shall honor you with titles befitting your valor. We've all grown up. Zest went from a warrior to a knight. Sauber from a thief to a ninja. Flo from a white mage to a white wizard. And Daewoo from a black mage to a black wizard. Zest and Zauber should be able to use some magic now. Maybe they're just not high enough. They're not at a high enough level. Yeah, when your warrior becomes a knight, you should be able to use low tier white magic, and when your thief becomes a ninja, he should be able to use low tier black magic. But maybe they're just simply not at a high enough level. Restore the crystals to Grace. There's really a lot. Okay, now we have stuff that we can probably now use, like the defender here. One more attack, a little bit more accuracy. What else? What else did we get that we couldn't attach to anybody? Was it just the wizard staff? Maybe. Maybe the gauntlets too? Maybe not. So there's probably just a lot more that you can now wear Solver that you couldn't before. Like this ice shield. I'll probably need to find you a new cap. I don't think you could wear the mithril mail before. The wizard staff. I could not. Well, I can equip this to you both, but it's just worse for you, Flo. You're still rocking a hammer, and you always will, I guess. This is not. I think I might have mistakenly called this the hammer she had from the beginning of the game earlier, but I think she just had a regular hammer, and then I was able to get her a mithril hammer to replace it later on. Because she certainly did not have a mithril hammer right from the get-go. Raises attack a little bit. Might as well. It's just better. I guess the only thing about it is if it's not in my inventory, I can't use her for confuse, but I wasn't gonna do that anyway. Yeah. Oop. Now I'd like to get back to these shops. Turn those encounters off. I've already been down this path once before. And we'll start with this. In the PlayStation 1 version of this game, when the Black Mage gets his upgrade, he looks very much like Vivi from Final Fantasy IX. They kind of went back to when he got his upgrade, how he originally looked as a Black Wizard in the original NES game, which I think is, which I would prefer. I might come back and get that spell. I'm not sure exactly. Not sure exactly right now how I want to do that. Alright, so, damn. Enhances the party's defense against instant death. Like, right now, everybody's got this equipment on that prevents it, but I might find something better. Everybody's got these protect rings on right now, so as long as everybody has that on, there's no need to get no death. But maybe I'll find better stuff for my characters later on that I might want to replace the protector ring with, and then no death could have a use. The other spell, it just does damage to just does damage to undead enemies. I don't think I'm gonna worry about getting those other two for Daewoo. Like, what are they? Like, make one enemy blind? Make one enemy... I don't know. Blinds one enemy with darkness. That may or may not work on bosses. And the other thing was something like that, too. It was like the same thing, but with the silence and... Like, it might work on the bosses sometimes. Okay, where are the other level... Damn it, where are the other level 8 spells at? I missed them somewhere. They might also be in this town over here. Yeah. Yep. Holy smoly. I think I would have rather had holy in front of full life, honestly. I want to spell. I wish I could sort them. Oh well. My money's going away quick. Stops time and paralyzes all enemies. Okay, like this is stuff like... That's definitely not working on bosses. You can kiss my ass. I only have the money to buy 2 of them, but that's all I can buy anyway. Stops time and paralyzes all enemies. If it hits them. Won't work on bosses though. Banishes enemies to another dimension. Definitely fucking won't work on bosses. I'm not even going to waste the money on it. They're not going to work on bosses. Who knows how reliable they'll hit other enemies, and, you know, honestly, like, a Fyra or even a Fyraga, for an example, might work just fine. Getting to the point now where we're getting more and more of these Aga spells on hand. I mean, we got just as many Aga spells at this point than we do spells. And now we got Flare as the ultimate attack we can use on bosses. $500 gil. Cheapy the cheapskate. But why spend 500 gil when it takes you all of 20 seconds to leave town, hop in your airship, use the mini-map as a guide, and fly back to Cornelia and use a inn for 30. Look, after spending all my gil basically on those spells, that enticed me more to do it. Chibi the cheapskate strikes again. But that'll do it for this one. And until next time.